Welcome back. Welcome back to episode 2 of our Neuroconversations podcast. Very excited to have you back, and we are loving the feedback we are receiving from you guys, and we don't take it for granted. Today, by the way, I'm very excited because this topic is so personal for many of us going through this journey of diagnosis. And today we want to discuss the road to diagnosis. And with me, very excited to have a very good friend of ours.
Yes, my
Wow, Doc. Doc.
Long time. How have you been?
I've been very busy.
Yeah.
But I thank God.
It's nice to see you.
Yeah, it's good to always, every time I have a conversation with
Thanks.
you.
Thank you very much for asking me.
Yeah, welcome to studio. And I know the sacrifice of you coming here. It's a very busy time of the day.
Yeah.
But thank you. Somebody gotta do these conversations, and we thank God that we can do this together.
Yeah.
So now, Daktari, I would love you to introduce yourself to the audience. Many of them have probably don't know who you are, what you do,
Yeah.
the many beautiful things you're doing for our kids and caregivers.
Yeah.
As we delve into the road to diagnosis topic. Yeah, over to you.
Thank you. It's been such a good opportunity, and thanks for inviting me once more.
Karibu.
Chengo is my name. Duncan. My mother called me Mwanania.
What? Okay, translate.
Yeah, and all those are my. Yeah, so I am a specialist in neurorehabilitation.
Okay.
And a subspecialty is speech language pathology.
Amazing.
I wear many hats, quite a number. One of those hats is that of a teacher. I teach at the Presbyterian University in the Department of Health.
Beautiful.
I teach some very interesting units. One is called the human biomechanics kinesiology.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's me. When I'm not teaching, I am the outgoing CEO.
Okay.
And founder of a group of companies called Ability Group.
Okay.
Where I've been sitting for quite some time, and I've decided to take a walk. When I'm not there, I consult, I run anything neuro.
Okay.
And I also sit as a board member at the National Council for Persons with Disability, and I have some other 6 organizations where I sit as a board member. And one of them is I'm a Rotarian. I'm very passionate about that. I'll give anything for.
And I think that's how we met. Huh?
Yeah. I give back to the community. Rotary is about giving back.
Yes, service above self.
Yeah, service above self.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where we are here, because we are here to give back.
Oh, amazing.
Sure.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on set.
Thank you very much.
And we are very grateful to have you.
Most welcome.
Now to today's topic. This topic of the road to diagnosis. For many of us has been quite something.
Yeah.
Nothing short of
miracles.
Can I just say, for my own premium tears for some of us, very long, very lonely at times, and in fact sometimes you even start second guessing yourself as a parent.
I know.
I would love you to walk us through the steps, and maybe Daktari, since you're here, and I know many of us have this definition, and I know you're very passionate about teaching. Start by defining from a professional doctor's perspective, what is autism, this spectrum? What is this animal, quote unquote?
Every time I'm told to define, because I've taught for so many years, I run away from the verbative, autism is a neurodivergent condition, those ones, yeah?
Yes, please.
I try as much as possible to make it practical.
Yeah.
And therefore, autism is not sickness.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a disease.
Thank you.
That's one of the most important things.
Repeat that, Doctor. Please, somebody needs
Yes,
to hear
it
that.
is not sickness. So it's how people are born. It's a type of a person. And the reason why when you mention autism, you say spectrum.
Thank you.
And then you go the disorder at the end. So it's a spectrum. So in other words, the humans exist in a diversity. Yeah, we can call it a spectrum for that matter. But we have the majority of people who, I don't know, how normal is. They call themselves normal. Not sure what normal is. But yes,
Neurotypical,
yeah, the
sometimes I hear.
neurotypical people. Then we have a certain small sets of people who are built completely different.
Yes.
And therefore, these people, they view things completely different. They see things different. Their perception is completely different.
Absolutely.
And now, when you experience a sensory input inside you, ideally you are supposed to give a feedback to it. And the feedback of everything that goes inside you is behavior.
Yes.
So what is different then for the people in the spectrum is that how they experience sense, or we call it sensory integration.
Yes.
Sensory integration is making sense of what you get inside you, or what goes inside your nerves.
Yeah.
And we say you receive, and then you perceive, and then you code, decode, encode. And then once you do all that, you show behavior as an output. And this now becomes the biggest problem with people, because people in the spectrum, or neurodivergent people, when they receive what they receive, there are two ways they can perceive this information: either hypo or hyper. Now, traditionally, when you receive sensory input, it should come when it is measured.
In a way, yes.
Now, for people in the spectrum, that measure thing, I don't know what that one that measures like this, it doesn't measure like the way it measures for me and you.
Correct.
In other words, they have a problem, for example, defining what loud is.
Yes.
What noise is. If you keep quiet for a moment, you hear there's a sound of somewhere. I think it belongs to the camera or the laptop.
Yes.
For them, they could feel like it's a plane which is passing.
Landing, yes.
All right?
Yes.
And therefore, they are unable to stay with it when it is on. And when it is on, it feels like a plane that has been passing for 1 full hour over me, and it is not going away.
Yes.
And therefore, they react completely different the way we would react to. And then the challenge is, the people surrounding this person don't feel it the way I feel it.
My God, yes.
And therefore, I behave completely because I feel overwhelmed. I feel anxious. Itaniangukia. I pity. Bona aiendi. You know.
Yeah.
Now, that's on the sense of, for example, hearing. Because if you want to understand autism, you must understand it based on how many senses you have. Wow. That's a story for another day. But ideally, you have 8 senses, not 5.
Thank you.
So let me take another sense, like the sense of taste. By the way, are you aware that there are people who cannot take sugar because it is too sweet? Have you ever heard that? And you call yourself normal, isn't it? Now, there are people now who, when they touch it, it is too sweet. It sounds like pili pili.
Oh, God. All right. For sure.
So I will not eat it. Or you see a child who goes after the pili pili itself. That tells you, according to this child, pili pili sounds like sugar for me.
Wow. Amazing.
So I will go looking for things that I want to keep me. All right? Now, this behavior then is classified into 2. There are those who, when they receive it, it is too amplified. Or there are those who, when they receive it, it doesn't even get recorded. It's like whispering in quotes for many senses. So, if you felt me whisper, you have a responsibility to follow up with me. You start seeking from me, what is it that I wanted to say, so that I can interpret and make it sense.
Get my attention.
So we say they are seekers. And then the ones who felt it was too small, but it got too much amplified, we say they are avoiders. So I will show an avoiding behavior. It's too much on me, reduce it. Now, all these senses, for example, let me give you like what you addressed on. I laughed at that blouse, by the way.
Thank you.
But there are children who, that material, it feels like poking.
Oh, God.
It feels like spiky. It feels like a needle.
Oh, God.
And if I have to put it on, I want something that pure cotton, not that silkish, because when it feels too much on me and I will refuse to wear it.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
So I will exhibit an averse behavior of avoiding it and going for something which is very comfortable for my skin.
Yeah.
And therefore, for you to understand what autism is, you must understand these basics of diagnosis, so that you can say, now, therefore, it is a neurodevelopmental challenge,
Yes.
where people exhibit behavior of either averseness or seeking. And therefore, it's a matter of a relationship or an interpersonal challenge that comes in between there. And under the interpersonal challenge, communication, speech and language becomes one of the most impaired part. History or research says for every 10 children who are in the spectrum who have been diagnosed to have autism, 6 of them are likely to have either communication, language, or speech impairment.
Wow, that is so sobering, Dr. Ari.
Yeah.
And now, I love what you're saying, because you've broken it in such a simplified way. Honestly, I could not have put it better.
But you see, it has taken long,
No, but it's important for myself and the audience to understand.
I know.
And so we thank God for your, the medical part, the professional side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So diagnosis is something which is not Kenyan. It is an international issue.
Yes.
And internationally, we use a protocol. We call it DSM-5.
Oh boy. Come again.
So DSM-5
yes.
is a document developed by the World Health Organization.
You see, we are learning, eh?
And it is designed in a manner, if I diagnose you with malaria here and you go to Nigeria,
yes,
they are likely, because it's a protocol, it's an easy way, it's a standardized way of how to give diseases names.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
So the diagnosis here is not a Kenyan issue, but it's something that needs to meet the WHO international standards.
I love that.
And this DSM-5 becomes our yardstick.
Okay.
Now, there are sort of like, allow me to call 2 types of how to go about diagnosing autism, or even ailments, or even diseases, actually.
Okay.
One of them is what we call standardized assessment, and what we call non-standardized assessments.
Nice. Now I get it.
Now, in non-standardized assessment, I will look at this and then say, when it meets this particular criteria, this becomes autism. Now, if it becomes standardized, I must use a tool. And in standardization of tools, these tools must have been tested through research process.
Wow.
And I'm shying away from going to research.
Okay.
Because in research, a standardized tool, it should give me the same, we call it reliability. If I test it, it should give me the same results again and again and again.
Yes, probability.
If I take this one to different places, then it should also give the same. So standardization of assessment tools is a research work.
Okay, great.
Now, and therefore, there are quite a number of standardized assessment tools.
Okay.
Like the easily available one is called an ADOS 1, 2, or 3. Okay.
So here in Kenya, that's
we use that a lot.
Okay.
It's what we call it's a behavior checklist that you must check based on what I told you about what autism is.
Yes.
Either a child presents with averseness or seeking behavior.
Yes, correct.
And then it is around the 8 senses, so that you can get how each sense processes.
Yes.
And therefore you pick one by one, and then eventually you must be able to interpret the findings.
Amazing. Okay.
Now, standardized assessment too, apparently, what you don't know, Maggie, some of them, they are intellectual properties.
Yeah, wow.
And they can be so expensive.
Yes, correct.
You may want to buy them online. If you buy a standard assessment online, it could go as high as 40, 50, 60, 100,000 shillings.
Yeah.
Now the question is now that we become very, very, very thorny.
Yes.
Are you going to spend 100,000 to assess behavior so that you can get it standardized? Or you're going to use my non-standardized opinion that tells you, if you see this and this and this and this and this and this, this meets the criteria for autism.
Okay.
And then you don't pay too much standardized on it, but you have confirmed that there is an issue, and then you can go straight to manage where the issue is. So that you invest, because unfortunately where systems work, for example, in the Western world, standardization or assessment is very important. But here, you will pay it from your pocket, number one. Kuna mtu wa serikali atakuja kusaidia. Na if SHA does, SHA haizi lipia standardized assessments, the cost of 100K.
This is Daktari. You're touching very, very.
I know.
Very, very,
I know. It becomes a very,
Daktari,
very sensitive, funny issue.
Thank you. But I'm glad, because we have actually one of the episodes, we've actually gonna get into those details of why is this not covered?
Who pays
what?
Why? Where?
Why is it getting
Why
Kenya?
it is not?
Anyway, don't get me started. But the point is, I love where we're going, and perhaps you can explain also the pathways. Especially from the first concern of official, to the official diagnosis. Because the reason I actually feel this question is very important, because for many of us, we know that, for example, my daughter would just block her ears, and I'm like, dude, like, what in the world?
And perhaps there is nothing loud.
Listen,
I know.
Loud. This is the same Cocomelon you've been watching all along.
Why are you closing your ears then when you hear it?
I come home, the child will not even look at me. Eye contact, and I'm like, for us to leave the eye contact is so.
Talk of pathways.
My God, look,
that should be the first thing that you need to know. So in
so
other words,
walk us through.
parents need to be able to detect behaviors which are odd.
Okay.
Like, it is not okay for you to keep on closing your ears when there is nothing loud in the house.
Now, Daktari, let me take you a little bit back.
Yes.
Okay, we also have this, society thinking that this is a spoiled brat.
I
my
know.
daughter does
I know
that's
those
what he
ones.
wants to do.
I
and
know.
she's snobbish.
Yeah, she's snobbish.
So from a professional part, maybe take us through that part, the pathway, up to now, the real diagnosis, because I can tell you for free, and our viewers, I'd like to hear your comments on this topic, because I can tell you, many people have gone through multiple diagnoses, misdiagnoses, and to be honest, it is a pain in the flesh.
I know.
Yeah, so take us through.
So, if you're going to get an early diagnosis, then you need to be a very sensitive parent. Either from an experience or because if you are experienced, you know how children behave, or by being easy to note something is wrong.
Jesus.
What we call the
first-time parent.
The sixth. Now, if you are a first-time parent, then you struggle a little bit. And there are some myths, as you have said, or you brought your child badly.
Okay, God.
Or you are a bad mother.
Jesus, yes.
Or, our people, they do this anyway. Well, even when the mother was young, even you, when the father was, watu wa kwetu, all these things.
Yes.
And you hear them again and again and again. I've heard this 1,000 lifetimes for the last about 18 plus years I've been doing this.
Yeah.
And I've heard it, and I've learned where when I hear them coming up, I just keep quiet. First, you say what you want to say, then I respond to you.
Okay.
Therefore, being able first to note a red flag, something is not right, is the first process that you need to do.
Fantastic.
And the moment you note, now, from my experience, when parents note something is not right, you know what they do? They go to Google.
Okay.
And then you come to Google. Me, I've been this for about 18 years.
Ask AI also.
Ask AI. And then once you ask AI gives you, and when it gives you, now the biggest elephant in the house comes in: denial.
Oh, Lord.
No, it can't be us.
It can't be my child.
Then you decide to pray it out of your child.
Yes.
if you are very
Prayer and
spiritual.
fasting.
You fast, you know, unafunga hizo mapepo kabisa kabisa. Hey, Maki, wacha nikwambie me the things I've seen. Hey.
You can write a book.
I'm actually writing one. I can't wait to
Please do.
finish. So,
Okay.
so you need to be able not to cling on myths,
Thank you.
and to be able to say, if you think there is a problem, don't wait.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
please pack your bag and go to see a doctor.
Mm.
And if you go to see, you need to make sure that you see someone who is qualified enough.
How do we know?
Because that's now where the majority of the problem is.
I think you can address that.
You go see someone who is qualified with the right papers.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not very careful, you will go and then you'll be told, you go and wait.
I had another parent talking about, boys are slow. You were told by your grandparents, boys are slow. You chill. The kids will be
kwanza huku kwetu.
You're stressing for
hii familia yetu. So boys wanaongeanga wakiwa whatever.
Jesus.
And you hear all those statements being dropped one by one.
Yes.
Ama unasikia sasa when it goes south on the other side. Hawa ni watu wa kwenu.
Yes.
Unajua hata babu ule wa kwenu tulisikia na tukasikia. Then now the family fight begins, so nyinyi mnabeba hii, hawa sio wetu. One of my most down moment I've ever had, a mother-in-law telling daughter-in-law straight in my office, in my assessment room. Gwiture kutishiala kwa shoje. I've tried to make, you know what shoje is in Kikuyu?
Translates for our
that one means
it's
kiwete.
Oh no.
Sorry, I mentioned that word.
Yeah.
As in kuku kwetu.
Really hard.
Kuzaliwangu watu kama hawa.
So it's a blame game.
You must have come with it from Jesus where you come from.
Oh, that PS is very hard.
I can assure you.
Yeah, and I can guarantee you, I'm not stereotyping here, but a lot of times, parents are, the ladies, the women are blamed,
it's your now,
which is very sad. Anyway,
and it's a man thing. Yeah?
Yes, I digress, but
at a later time, when men ask men to what tunaenda kukuna uchi jioni.
All right.
And then when men are seated wakikunywa uchi, you will never hear a man who talks about a child who is struggling. My son is doing law in the university. Na lazima ongeze fe just before hizo zingine. Or ako London School of Business. That's all what we talk about. Kale kako na shida ako sio kake.
Imagine. It's very sad.
Kanakuwaga kama mama na watu wao.
It's very sad. Daktari, now coming back to this conversation, I love, and we need to be real about this thing. And now coming from a doctor, because you've seen all this conversation, it really hurts, and I love that you're able to bring soberness there.
Yeah.
Now take us back to, how do, because sometimes there's always, we are human. There's a lot of comparison that goes on. Yeah. And how do families choose? And then what is acceptable by government institutions? And also take us through, because you see there are so many faculties in this diagnosis. There's a neuro, there's a psychiatrist, there's maybe just differentiate very briefly for us. Yeah. That's acceptable by government.
There are quite a number of professionals who, with the right papers, they can be able to do this.
And is there a portal where we can check this information? I'm asking this questions for the purposes of our viewers, because some of us have gone through it. You can just walk us through.
So, just before you do diagnosis, by the way, there's in clinical practice, there's something we call them differential diagnoses.
Good.
Okay.
Mm.
Like, for example, when you see a duck, it can look like a chicken. Mm-hmm. It can look like a turkey.
Yes.
But you must say it is a duck because it has webbed feet. A turkey does not have a webbed feet. So you must go removing one.
Yes, rule out.
Now, in all this journey, you must begin from a pediatrician, because we all take our children to
I love that. Pediatrician, your usual pediatrician.
So your pediatrician will tell you, is likely even to tell you now, of course I have seen.
Yes.
it looks like a duck,
Mm-hmm.
but
The feet.
the feet,
Yeah.
or it looks like a turkey, but it is too huge. It cannot be,
Yes.
Yes. Or it has this long thing, the thing, hanging. Then now the pediatrician does all those differentiations. And then sometimes many pediatricians, they would now choose to escalate the issue because there are so many specialties.
Yes.
And in clinical practice, what we say is we have a call to duty.
Thank you.
And when you are called to duty, if you're not very comfortable with the decisions you are just about to make, the best thing you can do is ask for help. And asking for help does not mean that you are unqualified.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
I'd rather that than misdiagnose somebody.
Exactly. So you can ask, let me send you to so and so and go roll this one out. And then now from there you can get the right. Now from the pediatrician, there are so many ways this thing can go.
Okay.
It could go, number one, to a fellow pediatrician who is a psychiatrist.
Okay, good.
Or it could go to a pediatrician who is a neurologist.
Okay, good.
Or it could go to a pediatrician who is a child developmentalist. And these ones are many few. We have 2 or 3 in Kenya.
In Kenya?
Yes.
Wow.
Or it could go to other professionals.
Okay.
Like me now. It could go, for example, into a speech and language pathologist.
Okay.
It could go into an occupational therapist.
True.
It could go into a psychologist.
Wow.
All right?
You're learning.
So from there now, if for whatever reason it lands into an occupational therapist and the occupational therapist feels, I need an opinion of an ENT.
Okay. Yes. Ear, nose,
throat.
Ear, throat.
Yes.
At least that one I know.
Then you can. You can now, or even from the pediatrician straight away, it can even go to the ENT.
Okay.
It could go to the ENT because when this person is not talking, I need to rule out whether the ears are hearing very well. And then if the ears are hearing very well, if it came from a pediatrician to an ENT, the ENT has a responsibility now from here. If it came from to choose which direction to go, because these ears are good.
Yes.
The ears are functioning very well. So the best thing for me to do is escalate it further.
Thank you.
I can either escalate it further up or even take it down back again to the sender to go and make decisions.
Correct. To say the ears are fine.
And this, we call this one a multidisciplinary team.
Beautiful. I love it.
However, it comes a time when it stops being multidisciplinary team.
Yes.
It becomes a multidisciplinary team. For example, it could easily get out of clinical practice and it goes straight to the teacher. I can give to the teacher and go to the carpenter and akakujenge big doors and such stuff if it's a neurodivergent child who has mobility issues.
Yes.
So it stops being a malt, but a trans now.
At some point, we gotta get this right diagnosis.
It now brings to other disciplines.
Excellent.
So ideally, in diagnosis now, this is all what makes sense. Now, where does the final decision live?
Yes.
The final decision is with the mother.
Jesus, okay.
Or the father.
Yes.
Or the caregiver.
Yes.
If you feel that the decision that you have been given is not sufficient enough, it's okay for you to go and seek a second opinion.
And that is where also the costs come in.
Of course.
Story of another day.
Yeah, story of another day.
But you'd rather get a second opinion, I totally agree, than be in kind of a dark face where you have no idea what's happening.
I keep on telling my patients, as I've said 1,000, and I don't own monopoly of knowledge.
Thank you. Fantastic. It's true.
And if
this is in life,
like now,
this is somebody's life.
And this is very common, and I've seen it, where the level of denial in parents is so huge.
Oh God, you can say that.
That I am unable, or they are unable even to take the decision from me.
Yes.
So what I do is I open a door for them to explore.
Yes.
But I always tell them, once you explore, please bring me the decision because I'm also interested too.
Yes. I thank God for doctors
So
like
the moment you open
Yeah.
that door, you can seek as many opinions as possible.
Yeah.
Because if there is a problem about neurodiversity that we need to fight,
Yes, please.
it's denial.
Please repeat that very slowly, because
It's
our
denial.
viewers,
Let me tell you,
I'm talking about lived experience.
we have battled this thing. You can't battle it alone.
Correct.
You need the church. All right?
Yes.
Pastor akue, mama akue, mama mzazi, shosho akue. All right?
Ancestors.
You need everybody on the door for you to convince. You know, I've had a case scenario of a colleague who is 100% convinced that this children has issue, but is bringing the sister to me to come and convince.
Hey, Jesus. All right. Okay.
These are things I've seen. Yani, anamlete.
Can only imagine.
Anakimbola, sasa, si umesikia vile daktari amesema? Si nilikuwa nimekuambia? You know, and it is what it is.
Yes.
But technically, about diagnosis, this is it.
Okay.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we can talk and talk.
Yes,
till
yes,
cows
yes.
come
I know.
evening.
Yeah.
So, in a nutshell, number one, suspect your child has an issue and don't keep quiet on it.
Yes.
The number two, go and see your pediatrician. If you get a report from your pediatrician and you don't believe on it, you are free to walk for a second opinion.
Okay.
If you are given the same opinion or an opinion which is very close to what you have had, find how you can accept the diagnosis as is. Look for a place in your heart to accommodate this. When you accommodate this, then look for the right intervention for your child. I think that's it in a nutshell.
Excellent. Dr. Thank you for bringing that, summary. But one of the issues, we in Kenya, let's be honest, the reality is that we have private hospitals and the government institutions. One of the things we've been getting a lot of inquiries, and I can tell you even my own lived experience, is that there's that requirement, and you tend to, parents tend to go to multiple assessments. And as you know, right now there's a requirement. I know you'll speak to it because you serve in the NCWD council. You find that parents are waiting for months, myself included. Can you imagine? My daughter is 12. You're waiting for these assessments. They're taking so long. You find there's only one person who does the accreditation to do the assessment, just the paper. What's your take on that? And how would maybe you can, so what do families do now?
This is a Kenyan thing and it's not strange with us because we live in a third world country where our government systems, they don't work 100%.
Lord have mercy. I believe that we can work on it.
We should. And of course, we are coming from very far. You can't compare then and now.
Yeah.
And therefore, when you go and seek for a highly specialized service, some of those particular projects, now I'm not sure that you can get a child neurodevelopmentalist in a government facility. As I've told you, there are almost like 3 or 4 in their own country.
Imagine your own country.
If you're a genetist, I only know one genetist. I think that she's only one, Dr. Catherine Mutinda. She's my very good friend in the entire of the east of Africa. So it becomes very hard now to get some of these things into a government facility.
It's a reality.
Now, while that is the truth of the matter, you go out to private for highly specialized.
Yes.
There are processes which cannot be left under the hands of private industry.
Thank you.
Like, for example, registration by the government for National Council for Persons with Disability
is
purely a government issue. Sure. But what happens is the government issue asks for reports from specialists, and they would easily accept part of those private reports that come from private consultants. But the private consultants themselves cannot close this process.
That is the sad part.
So you must follow the government process. It's a government panel that sits together
Yes.
and does. And if you're not very careful, this thing has been abused because, of course, the new act, particularly the Disability Act of 2025, have come with so many benefits for persons with disability.
It's true.
And while the persons with disability themselves, Maggie,
Yes.
they are refusing to get the certificate.
Yeah.
Wakora huko nje wanamwagia hiyo
right.
kitu mate.
I'm telling you, it's true.
That
I agree. That I agree.
Like today in the morning, I entered up in the house I was working in. I was doing something.
Okay.
And when I entered in the hospital, the first thing is found someone waiting, well dressed, works in a very good office. Guess what he's after? He wants me to give him. I said, man, don't do this.
Oh, that is so sad.
The thing is this. In conclusion, because I'm scared we will digress in this.
Okay.
The thing is this. Yeah. There are some government processes that cannot be left for the private practice.
True.
Therefore, it's a government process. What we do is we would ask for support documents from the private facility to facilitate the government process.
Fantastic. Okay. Yes. Fantastic. Allow me to just say that in this topic especially, honestly, this is a rallying. This is now my own personal opinion.
Yes.
The government need to add more doctors. Whatever we have to do, God knows. But we really need more, those certifications.
Yeah.
Like for example, the same hospital you've mentioned, I wouldn't even say the name. You find that there's only one. Is it psycho, the one that does the assessment? And the queue is unbelievable, months and months and months. And I was telling them, I'm in Nairobi right now. What about somebody coming from Kakamega?
You tell me. Do you are suffering? You're in Nairobi?
Narok.
You tell me.
My people who cannot speak English. Anyway, we digress, but please, government, this is a humble request. Parents are going through, and remember the statistics, 1 out of 25 children in Kenya have this condition. It's about time. This is a rallying call.
Those are the Kenyan ones.
Honestly, we need to push this. This will not end here. We will take it up. I'm also writing a serious research, and we need to do something. Yeah. Perhaps we can improve on it.
At that point, let me talk about it because on my other, I am a government officer.
Yes.
The fact that I sit in the council.
Thank you.
And of course, I am aware of where we are coming from.
Yes.
And how many improvements we've done. But I want to remind you of one thing.
Yes.
That this thing cannot be left by the government alone to take care of.
It's true.
We recently, the United Nations moved from what we call a charity fund system of managing neurodiversity to what we call the environmental social corporate responsibility.
Thank you.
In other words, if you work, you have a company that is running there.
Yes.
You have a responsibility of care.
Yes.
For duty.
Correct.
To make sure.
Accommodation.
Yes. Yeah. To make sure that the people who are around there, and there's something called an ethical profits.
Thank you.
Where you are making too much profit, and the people who you are making profit for, they are coffers, they are struggling.
Yeah.
And therefore, what are we trying to say? Be responsible enough as an organization to cut a chunk of that profit and take it back. And this is one of the most, and I don't know how to say this, I wish you gave me the whole country to address them. This is one of the most important place that you can invest in social corporate responsibility in neurodiversity.
Thank you.
There are so many options where you can invest.
Yes.
And how you can invest.
You and I both. Let's do this. We must continue to champion. We must continue to honestly advocate. Now, Dr. Let's talk about barriers to diagnosis, especially accessing this diagnosis, the barriers, the same usual suspect.
My barrier number one is ourselves.
Oh Lord, yes.
We refuse to accept diagnosis when we have been given.
It's not easy, Dr.
I know it's not easy.
I know. Yeah.
But if you are unable to accept the reality that your child has an issue, then it will be very difficult for you as a parent to take responsibility and get your child sorted out.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah to that.
So the first barrier remover is taking denial away.
Yes.
And saying, he's for sure he's made different. If you make that one, then you open the door.
Perfect.
Barrier number two is the services and availability of the services. availability of the father, professionals. And let me start with the pediatrician that we've just talked about.
Please, yes.
Where, how easy is it to access? And if you access them,
what is the cost?
Then the barrier number 3 becomes the prohibitive cost that comes together with some of these consultations.
Yes.
And of course, the other day, and you see, sasa nikikupatia service for free, sasa Maggie, bibi yangu ataenda kutengeneza nywele na nini?
It's true. Your kids also need gotta eat, man.
Watoto wangu watakula nini?
I hear you.
Alafu hiyo masomo ukijua venye.
But there's reasonable cost. And come on this side of my people.
I'm not sure how reasonable it is, but let me tell you.
Yes.
Ile fees nililipa UK nikienda kusoma Maggie. Na si kulipiwa na mtu. Hii mazee. Niliuza nyumba mamangu. Yani let me not go there.
Yes.
But the truth of the matter is these things are expensive.
We know they are costly. Yes.
They are costly.
We feel you, doctor.
When you come back,
let's reason together.
Let's reason together.
And also government. Here I'm also speaking to government and there is policymakers. Can we reason together? Because these are kids. We do not choose to bear, like when we're giving birth. None of us would choose, honestly, to have this kid with delayed stuff.
Absolutely. That's the reason why I'm saying, if, for example, a corporate organization you can accept to take, I'm going to train 3 people in neuro rehabilitation, like me, and you take them to London, they come wameiva. Hiyo ni sawa. If you choose, I'm going to invest to training a neurodevelopmentalist, and you call Chengo and ask Chengo, do you have someone who is very passionate about this, so that makes you
like
don't
Django, like the
yes, and then you take that one, you go and train, you bring back, and then you go take, for example, we want to build a center. You go take like 1, 2, 3, just a small 0.00000 something of your profit. We go equip a place nicely, and then you make sure it's accessible. Another biggest barrier, let me tell you, when it comes to professionals, you can ignore the clinical people. My friend is the teachers.
Oh boy, yes, correct. You're right.
Getting a teacher who will understand your child.
Oh boy, don't even go there.
Let me tell you,
it's a whole podcast on its own.
It's a whole story.
Yeah. So, Dr. Thank you.
And then many more attitude now, where your neighbor looks at you like you are the sinner. Of course, you sinned for you to get such a child.
You didn't
so there are quite a number of other barriers. You didn't do the right thing. Blaming games.
Stigma.
Saying, it is your family, it is my family. And stigma and so on. So there's so many you can talk about barriers until cows come.
I hear. Dr. Maybe you can mention, and thank you for being very honest about this, because this is a reality on the ground. Maybe you can speak very briefly about what, in your opinion, as a doctor, as a medical doctor, professionally trained on this, what are the quick maybe advice you can give to help parents navigate? Because I can tell you, do you know, getting a diagnosis on this, especially autism, because it's so invisible, sometimes it feels like death.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, the grieving, now you're talking denial, the grieving period for some of us was you're almost hitting rock bottom.
Let me tell you what I do. After I realized that I cause pain when I say the truth, I made an oath. I am not going to see you again if you are not willing to come take a round table and we talk about. Telling you about diagnosis is one thing.
Yeah.
We sit down. I tell you what is it exactly I said.
Yes.
Because the stigma has been bred by people not knowing the truth. And the truth is autism is not death.
It is not.
Those people are powerful.
It's not. Yeah. Oh, they're genius, man. Majority are.
Those people are powerful. If you can know how to deal with them, how to handle them, how to teach them,
how to improve them,
how to accept them the way they are and stop wanting to change them. There is so much that you can get from inside there.
I love that.
But because we have only ballooned and amplified the negativity in it, then we make now the truth of passing over the diagnosis sound like it's a death warrant. Yeah, and it is not.
Yeah.
Trust me, it is not.
It's true. Yeah. And every life has value, including this. We need to stop coding them as autistic. Remember that they are first human.
their first human just before
the human, right?
become.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Dastari. Maybe you can also talk about there's been a lot of misdiagnosis, and we won't give examples here, but we know that many of us have gone through that journey. Maybe briefly speak to that. How can people avoid this? And how do what are the common mistakes? And how can we help more accurate diagnosis?
My opinion to misdiagnosis is that as a parent, when you feel unsatisfied, please go look for a second opinion.
Let me throw a spanner in the works in that.
Yes.
Some of us, personally, we were almost relocating and packing our bags going back to Massachusetts. Second instance, and I'm telling you this is a very painful topic, because some of us, the reason the misdiagnosis happens is because you're desperate for this kid. Men, since the baby was born, there was nothing wrong with the baby. Suddenly, the kid is blocking ears. Suddenly, the kid cannot speak. Others are walking, clapping her. She's hiding in a corner there, like waiting for some bomb to come and chase her to go socialize with the kids. Learning, my God, school, potty training. Some of us, our kids were potty trained in school. So the desperation, sometimes I'm not trying to like support the parents who get misdiagnosis, but sometimes you can be very desperate. I remember there was even an aspect of where we bumped into some doctors who were doing STEM. Is it called STEM something?
Stem cell.
By God's grace, we were shielded. We almost signed the papers to go to India. So please address that question and how we can navigate this.
Navigating misdiagnosis is questioning. And as I've told you, no one owns monopoly for knowledge, Maggie.
I'm telling you.
Hakuna. Na sijaidanganywa na mtu ati mimi najua yote. Even errors are there.
But the ethics and the integrity, maybe you can address to the doctors.
Well,
And greed for money as well.
Of course, yes. Because not everything that glitters is gold.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Not everything that you see shining there, it's authentic.
And even this is a kid's life. It's
I know.
very deep.
I know.
Yeah.
And by the way, medical practice is business as usual, just like any other.
Like bank fraud,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the neurodiversity is an emerging health issue.
True.
Completely new emerging issues. And not just to within the clinical circles only, but also to families as well.
It's true. It's a new phenomenon.
It's a very new phenomenon.
Yeah.
And therefore, in an eventuality that you feel uncomfortable, seek for a second opinion.
Okay.
Now, if you have you found yourself in a place where you don't have capacity to question, then that responsibility now relies purely on the clinicians themselves. And the only thing I can probably talk to my colleagues.
Please address them kindly, doctor.
Is that we become very authentic. We swear an oath.
Yeah.
The most important is we stay to the course of duty. And allow me, because I'm saying this deliberately, because there has been attempt to sell unconventional clinical stuff, and it's being sold by us amongst, or you prescribe things.
Yeah.
And I want to. I respect science a lot, Maggie, and but this thing where some taps, multivitamins, and you are prescribing that.
Not to a 2-year-olds.
Then there's problems. Sijui stem cells somewhere where some. So the most important thing we can say is stay true to the course.
Yes.
And we don't lose focus on what we saw oath to protect. Yeah. And in clinical we say we will not to lay your patient in a stall.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get
Let
it.
me not go there.
Yeah.
But technically, it's about being ethical in practice.
Yeah. On the same breath, thank you for being very honest. And I know God is still on our side.
Yeah,
And
sure.
there's help.
God is on the throne.
Let me tell you guys, our viewers, there's still help. We have doctors like, I know you'll even tell us what you've been doing at your, in your one of your facilities, what you do. And I know out here, there's still a God. There's still a God who has these kids' best interest, and there are still good doctors. I still believe that there are still some very good doctors out here.
Sure.
So anyway, so speaking to this topic of unqualified assessors, what are the maybe very quickly red flags that other than of course seeking a second opinion, that caregivers can look for?
I think the most important thing is it's okay for you to ask people's papers. Don't ask for too many, but ask for license. Are you licensed to practice this?
Yeah, yeah.
So ask someone to produce their license of practice on the table. Okay?
Yes.
And someone who is unable to put the license of practice on the table and starts going like this, run away. Run.
Daktari, very quickly, is there a portal? Because, I mean, ask AI, the world, we're in the fourth industrial revolution. Yeah. Is there a portal, like in finance, in banking, you can go to a link and it gives you a list of, is there LSK?
Yeah.
LSK is the same, right? Value is same. So is there, do you know of any?
Yes, they are there. Okay. I'm aware that there are websites.
Even the delisted ones, the
yes,
unethical ones.
The unethical ones. There are websites where you can Google. But now the challenge here is that there are different regulators in clinical practice.
Oh boy, okay, I get it.
And we also apparently do have clinical cadres which are not regulated.
Oh boy, Lord Jesus. Yeah, this is something we need to work on.
Yes, and this is now where we need
I'm making notes.
A little bit of some extra effort.
Yeah. Behind the tent, I think this is something we need to pick up, even as we. So
there now is where the Pandora's box is open, because it becomes no one can hold you responsible, and therefore you go quacking. People are quacking day in and out.
Here and you move to another hospital.
Yes,
quack some more.
Quack there.
Cash cow.
But mostly they don't operate on very formal places. They operate on
sadly
in the black market, and the black market is
willing buyer, willing seller.
It's bigger than the real market,
yeah.
And therefore, my opinion is that all the time, just ask for a license. Okay. If the license is not there, right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And I can add also there that one of the things that worked for me, I would always go back to my pediatrician. He was so good. And say, by the way, so you sent me to this daktari.
Yes.
I came back. Okay, of course, I learned the hard way. But, they'll always say, oh, that's a euro something. This is one is. Yeah, always. Yeah, when I'm sure, always ask. Yeah, don't. Good. How do they say? Kuuliza sio
ujinga.
There's translate. So the final advice for us, maybe as we wind up, what guidance would you give families feeling like I told you when I talk to you, Daktari, every time? It doesn't matter how many times I talk to you, every time. This is therapy for me because, my God, you remember some of the mistakes we made out of desperation, looking for solution for this kid too. We didn't want to change what God created her for, but I was like, what more can I do?
What you are doing is what I want, what would be my panting shot. It's about creating awareness. Just to make sure your neighbor, your sister-in-law, your grandchild,
Jesus,
your church member, they will never ever walk in the same painful shoe like you did. And the only way you can do is not to keep quiet about your experiences. If everybody spoke about their experiences, we would change this Kenya.
Yes, it's true. It's true. Even Africa.
But now the problem is
the same challenge as Tanzania. They get so many
people keep quiet.
Uganda.
People keep quiet.
Ethiopia, and some religions are even more stigmatized.
So the best thing is to say is we need to speak out. And as you speak out, you express what you feel and your opinion. And that's the best way to fight stigma.
All right.
Because being neurodivergent is not a death warrant.
Thank you.
There is hope.
It's also not mental
Yeah.
Speak to that.
Yeah.
Not a mental
And of course, there's a lot of misconceptions.
confusion.
And one of the biggest misconceptions that causes a lot of confusion is that when you are neurodivergent, when you have a child who is in the spectrum, they are mentally ill. So autism is not mental health.
Please repeat that in capital letters.
It is not.
Autism is not mental
health.
health. Guys, you got that? You got that?
However,
However,
we push these people who are in the spectrum to mental health ourselves,
I
me
swear.
and you, because we force the regular way of
So
doing
true.
things, which doesn't work.
we really push them to a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are responsible for their mental health
Wow.
challenges.
Yeah. Wow, Daktari. You know, we can speak for
I know.
the whole day.
We can be here and talk and talk
Till
and
the
talk
cows
and talk
come home.
until the cows come home in the
But
evening.
thank you so much for
It was
coming.
so nice having you,
I
Mother.
mean, I have so many questions.
Yeah, keep them. We could visit this again.
You definitely are coming back to
Yeah,
the
I
studio.
promise. All the best.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very
And
much.
I love how you keep it real and very simplified. The
Okay.
explanations. God bless you. And a big
God
shout
bless
out
you
to
too.
any other doctors that are doing out here supporting the neurodiverse conversations and the neurodiverse caregivers and children, innocent children. So there you have it, folks. My God, this conversation is, I can't even believe how time flies. But thank you, Daktari. And maybe if you have a parting shot, you know, this diagnosis conversation has been very, 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 it's a very you know, personalized topic, and I know it's an issue. The need out here is so large. People are suffering out here. And as you've heard, guys, the story of diagnosis, and sometimes it can feel very, very lonely, to be honest, very overwhelming and very uncertain. Parents, we get, and caregivers can get very frustrated and very, very desperate. But you know, there's a powerful step of, you know, moving forward and accepting the diagnosis and understanding and knowing where to get the support. Doctors like Dr. Chengo here. Daktari, maybe as we, you know, you can give your parting shot.
Yeah, allow me to share my contact. That makes sense.
Yes.
You can reach me on 07262722.
We will type it on the comment section.
3.
Yes.
I'll repeat again.
Yes.
0726
Okay.
272223. That's my private number.
There you have it.
Call anytime.
Yes.
If you call, I don't pick, go to WhatsApp. I'll not answer all WhatsApps in the evening.
Yeah, because you're practicing.
Yes.
Yeah, and there you have it, folks. So that's Dr. Duncan, you know, doing a very beautiful, noble work, actually, service above self. And if you're on this path, guys, this Neuroconversations podcast is for you. And know that you're not alone. Honestly, this is me to you as a you know, we have a lived experience. Myself, I've gone through this journey. And this is just to remind you, our viewers and anyone watching, please share this video. You might not have a child with this condition, but you have probably a neighbor. You probably have, you know, you've seen a kid in your school. You've seen a kid with a condition in a neighborhood. Please share this. Share this information. Keep asking the right questions. Sometimes you'll even ask the wrong questions, but keep asking. Keep seeking the right professional support. I repeat, sometimes it comes at a cost, and that is why we are also doing this neuro conversations, so that we can convince and talk to policymakers to actually consider lowering the cost and probably increasing the medics, the professionals, because the answers are worth it, worth every single journey of this neuro conversation. So keep raising different, and together we shall make it, guys, and our kids will be great. Perhaps Duncan, you need to talk about the work you've been doing at this therapy at your therapy places, the private practice, the group of company.
Yeah, I'm currently running a project called School Next Door project.
Okay.
So in this project, we deliver education to children who are neurodivergent.
Wow.
And the agenda, we call it School Next Door project.
Wow, I love the name already.
The agenda is to make sure that there's no parent who would have to walk for a very long distance.
Wow.
Trying to look for a place to admit their own child. So what do I do exactly?
Yes.
I come with a human personnel capacity from a clinical background.
Yes.
And I request I mix this with a school human personnel.
Integration.
And then we all of us come together and we make sure that services are available.
Yes.
And we build capacity for each and every person in the school so that we can create an infrastructure which is good enough to support those children to undergo education.
Fantastic. And you're in different counties, not just Nairobi?
We are currently operating in 6 counties, in Nairobi County, Embu County, Kajiado County, Machakos County, Nakuru County, particularly Naivasha, and lastly Nyandarua County.
Beautiful, and still growing.
And still
That's
growing.
the point.
Yes.
Yeah. The more we partner, the more you grow. And I honestly would love to see you in different parts of Kenya, because I have a heart for those guys who reach out from Kisumu.
God willing.
No,
you should see sometimes on my inbox looks. It's crazy.
It's sad. But anyway, God bless you.
Asante.
So I've been your host, Margaret Kimani, at the Neuroconversations. I want to give a special shout out to PFM Media, who has been our host. Thank you for watching, guys. Neuroconversations, podcast continues. And we thank you guys. Without you, we're actually doing this to reach as many people as we can. And with God helping us, this will get into policy at some point. And I believe that it will happen at some point. So let's keep sharing. Let's keep watching and give us feedback and any other topics you want us to discuss. Any other professionals. Of course, soon we'll be bringing you back to talk about
anytime.
This card, this disability card.
Anytime.
You know how long it takes?
Anytime.
Story of another day.
I'll be here for you.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you too.
See you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.